Hello everyone, welcome to another edition of Environmental Watch. I'm your host, Fudes Ude. Today we'll be looking at seasonal changes. As we all know, whether we like it or not, the weather will definitely change. We'll have the rainy season, we'll definitely have the dry season. And we also have a time where there will be burning of bush around. So today we'll be talking about seasonal changes, the types, and how it affects our environment. I'm not going to be doing this alone, as I have a special guest here with me who is going to be telling us more about this. And today, like I said earlier, we're going to be discussing about seasonal change. And I have my guest here with me who is going to be telling us more about this. You're welcome, sir.
Thank you very much.
Yes, sir. Sir, can you please introduce yourself to us?
Okay, my name is Dr. Vincent Oje from the Department of Geography, Taraba State University.
You're very much welcome, sir.
Thank you very much.
So, sir, let's just go straight to the point. What is this seasonal change all about?
Okay. Yeah, seasonal change is an interplay or a function of the relationship between the sun and the earth. Now, the earth makes one complete orbit in 1 year. Within this particular movement of the earth around the sun, you see the part facing the sun receives warmth or becomes warm, while the outside facing it is in a cold area, okay, or is in a cool area. So as this movement, the earth orbits the sun in 1 year. So there are, in English, there are 4 English seasons. In our environment, Nigeria here, we have majorly 2 seasons, but we can also actually have 2 other seasons leading to the 2 main seasons. Okay, so in the English way, we have summer, we have winter, we have spring or fall or autumn. They call it fall or autumn. In our own side, we have rainy season, dry season. Then we have pre-rainy season months and pre-dry season months. And as we are now, we are already in the pre-dry season months.
Okay, you're trying to say that we have different seasons. We
Yes,
have the pre-rainy
yes.
season months and okay, so can you please explain more this pre-rainy season months and the rainy season months? Like, does it affect our crops or does it affect our environment?
All right. So what actually makes it, why is it called a season? It is called a season because in any particular season there is something that is definite about the weather. For instance, the rainy season, that is where you expect all the rains. The dry season, you expect no rain because it's dry. That's why it's called dry season. Then there are attributes that makes the environment is so dry. Then sometimes our own dry season will be coupled up with cold or with haze. Sometimes you wake up in the morning, visibility is reduced and all that. And depending on your location in Nigeria, the issue of rainy season and dry season affect. And what causes this actually is there's what we call the intertropical divergent. It's like a line moving across the tropics. When we talk about the tropics, we're talking about places in the world between latitude 30 degrees south and latitude 30 degrees north, just above the Tropic of Capricorn and Tropic of Cancer. Tropic of Capricorn is in the south, Tropic of Cancer is in the north. So those places, you know, that's where the equator is located. So those places, once this moves, like in Nigeria now, you discover we have northern Nigeria, we have southern Nigeria. I can tell you that yesterday, day before yesterday, and day before yesterday, that 3 days back, rain fell in Abia State, while we already having dry season. The reason is that the ITD has moved downwards. By July it's up, so we start having our rains in the north. So these are some of the weather phenomena that cause these changes in season.
So that means everybody, each state, since we are in Nigeria, each state have its own seasonal change that it occur. Yeah, if I can remember, just last week, rain fell in Port Harcourt, if I'm not mistaken.
The thing is, regionally, you can divide Nigeria into 2, okay? From Benue Aziz, if you are around Benue Aziz, you already live in a zone. So Benue is a transition zone. Every part down Benue is regarded as south. That's why you have southwest,
West,
southeast, and south-south.
yes.
Those people have their definite weather.
Exactly.
Even though places along the coast like Rivers, Bayelsa, Lagos, Benin also have specific weather event because of their closeness to the ocean. Then up north from Benue this way, that is the northern zone, northeast, northwest, north central. So that is how the weather patterns also affect us.
Okay, thank you very much. So how do human adjust to this seasonal change?
Okay, I want to, we are in Jalingo now,
Yes.
and whatever we are saying should be of benefit to the people in Jalingo.
Exactly.
If you notice, we are not in the dry season months yet. Yet our nights are becoming very cold before daybreak.
Yeah.
So most of the time when I discuss this issue, I give practical examples. If you have children at home, this season is a season to watch when they are sleeping, to know they are putting on clothes. Because if the environment is warm and they increase their fan or whatever is the artificial means of cooling the place, by midnight that thing can become so high that if they are not putting on shade, they can wake up with a cough. So it's better you watch your children, let them put on shade. Then it's better you reduce that fan or AC or whatever you are using to make sure that at least within the period they are just comfortable, but it will not affect them adversely. Also, issue of our environment. We are also transiting to environment whereby snakes are moving all over the place.
Yes.
So if you check around your compound, one way to prepare for this season is to make sure your soak away pits and all that, the manholes and all that they are closed, because snake can pass through any of, and your pipes that goes to your toilet, snake can pass through any of those things and come on. We've seen, we've heard stories of how people were doing their major and before you know, they got attacked by a snake.
I think that just happened recently in Abuja, where a snake was, the snake sting the woman when she was trying to ease herself.
Yes, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah, okay.
So we should watch our environment, keep them clean. Anywhere you spot a hole, you call a plumber to fix it. The other ones that are cement, they call a bricklayer to cement it, to make sure that your environment is secure. Then two, the clothes you put on. You see, whether, like we say in geography, whether climate is what you expect, weather is what you get. How do I mean? Sometimes you are leaving the house in the morning, you will think, oh, look at the weather everywhere, will just be normal today. So what I'm using that to say is that also in terms of clothes, prepare for the season. Okay, you can wear a pullover that if the environment is hot, you can pull it and have another one inside.
Exactly.
But if the environment changes to where you cannot maintain the coat, so that you can have something to put on.
Okay, that's a nice one. Thank you very much, sir.
You're welcome.
Okay, sir, what's the most important factor for this seasonal change? Let's use Taraba as a case study. Okay,
like I mentioned before, what causes changes in season, most especially, is one, the movement of the intertropical divergence. In our own case, that marks our rainy season and dry season. That is one. Two, where you also located will affect what environmental changes that affect you. For instance, those in the Mambila axis, they're already in a semi-temperate climate kind of environment, even though they are part of Taraba State. So their experience is a bit different from us. And that is why also you notice that even the plants that grows in that place, like eucalyptus, like the tea, cannot do well in this place as does in that place because of the temperature requirement for those regions. So this phenomenon, the changes in rainfall, for instance, if the rain is here now, you discover that the environment will be wet, the grass will be green, and all that. There'll be a lot of moisture in the atmosphere to cool. But once the season is going, once there are changes, the rainfall is going, the ITD is moving southwards, you see, it also takes the rain bearing pattern down south, while we are now experiencing a kind of wind from the northeast wind coming from the Sahara Desert, bringing dust and just dust into the city. And you know, since it's in the north, so the northern part experiences it more.
Okay, how do we stay healthy during this seasonal change? You know, people are not even conscious of it at all. They just live the life anyhow, put on clothes anyhow. I think just mostly the farmer that are really concerned of this seasonal change. So how do we stay healthy during this seasonal change?
All right. One of the things I noticed there, even when I was a copper in Bali, was that I saw what I didn't see in the south. You wake up in the morning, you see Meshai is already making one hot tea. There's this pot they use it to make it. And when we are moving out early in the morning, maybe going for rugged, you see people going there, yeah, give me one. Just to moderate the internal temperature that has built as a result of the external environment. So that is an aspect if you want to take care of yourself. It's a period to avoid excessive cold water. Okay, is a period to, I'm not saying go and drink warm water, but if that serves the purpose, better, because sicknesses that are related to pneumonia come as a result of cold.
Yes, exactly.
So to avoid that, it's better you take water that is not cold. Some people even go as much as taking ice block. It's not the season for ice block as we are transiting. Okay, then if you are taking a bath, if you're already cold, don't go and take a cold bath again when you're already cold. You can heat your water and take a warm bath to regulate the body temperature. Okay, you can stay healthy that way. Two, like the other day I was coming from town, this road they are constructing, the bridge in town, you notice a lot of dust is coming from that place. I saw one woman in Keke, she was wearing a nose mask. And now I just said in my mind that yes, I think it's even a season, if there was no COVID-19, it's a season to wear your mask. One, it will keep your lips from excessive dehydration, okay, from the environment. Two, it will protect your nostrils from inhaling particulate matters. Most of these dust, we don't see them, but we inhale them. It is when you cough or sneeze, you see the black substances coming out from it. They were things you inhaled from the road. So those are the ways we can keep ourselves healthy. Then in terms of clothes too, we should not imitate people in the Western culture or Western countries. We are in the tropical region. They are clothing meant for us, and I believe we can make do with those clothes to help us keep healthy.
To keep ourselves away from
sicknesses and all that.
Yes. So what do we have any types of seasonal change around us?
Yeah, when we talk like in this place, we've mentioned that we can divide our season into four: rainy season, dry season, pre-rainy season months, and pre-dry season months. What are these months? Let me separate them now into months that we understand, like the layman on the street. We have January, February, March, April, May, June, up to December. Now, our rainy season months, mostly that tallies with the summer months, is JJA, what we call June, July, August. That's the main rainy season month. Then the transition month, though we notice that also rain falls in September, will be SON, that is September, October, November. Then the main dry season month becomes DJF, that is December, January, February. Okay. Then the rain season month will now MAM, which is March, April, May. Then we now meet JJA again. So we can divide it into seasons like that. So for this season, what is marked for us is the dry season and the rain season. But if you check generally, now we're already moving in the transition mode to dry season. But rain is still falling in the south. Exactly. So if you want to look at the technicality of it on the amount of rain that falls before you say this is a rainy month, you can actually even say that some places may not really have the amount of or the timing or the months they say they have dry season because rain still continues to fall. So we can divide it into these four groups.
Okay, thank you very much.
You're welcome.
Okay, so what advice do you have for the viewers concerning this seasonal change?
All right, to my viewers in Jalingo and environs, the seasonal changes is not the making of man, it is nature. Okay, and if people in the past have survived it, we can also adapt. We know climate change is also making it more severe, what we experience. But the essence of programs like this is to sensitize ourselves to prepare ahead. Okay, these are months where your skin can get dry, so think of lubrication that you can use to lubricate your body. Women use wet lips. I don't know what men will be using.
They definitely use hot soap. They'll use soap for it.
Yes, then if you are in a very cold environment and you are feeling insecure, you know the thermal comfort is not good for you again.
Yeah.
So because we have heat stress, we also have cold stress.
Yes.
So if you're in a place and environment, before you start sneezing and all that, you know your environment is telling you this cold is too much. So that's why I say you can prepare for eventualities. If you have maybe a pullover, you can wear it to, if you must stay in that environment and all that. Then it's also a season to, once the heat is much and you don't have a passive cooling system, to use your hand fan to also help you, mostly towards evening when the environment is hot, before the night time, because it's just a little time before you know what is very hot becomes very cold.
Exactly.
So those are the intricacies of this weather. So we can survive it. Like I said, if you must wear face masks in this season, it's allowed mostly for dust, because the dust will come. Then, of course, I don't want to talk about COVID-19, but if you look around the world, it has not completely gone, and we are told that there's a variant in Nigeria, so and all that. So for our health purpose, when we think, we should think of our health. If you are going to a place that's going, if you cover your head too, you know, and the place is very cold, it can help you maintain a little body temperature. All right, so those are the intricacies. Then, of course, if you notice anything that is not in agreement with how your body is reacting, you visit a medical expert. A doctor will tell you what is happening in your body. My own duty is to tell you how you can navigate your environment and prevent health issues around you. Right. So thank you very much.
Thank you very much. And to my viewer out there, I hope you've learned something from my guest today, as the seasonal season about the seasonal changes around us in our environment. So we should take precaution, and most especially use your nose mask when you are moving around. Remember, a healthy place is a wealthy place. Thank you.